Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, I'm doing a review of Texas Chainsaw Massacre Slaughterhouse. So this is a game by Prospero Hall, distributed by Funko Games. So Funko Games came out with Rear Window last year, which was a pretty fun little party game. One I didn't get to review. I would like to review soon. But, you know, it's the Halloween season. I got to play this a few times. I want to do a review for it. It's a brand new game. So this came out around the same time as the Trick or Treat Studios version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So the difference between the two is the Trick or Treat version is a cooperative game. This is a one versus many, and I prefer competitive games over cooperative. So again, I'm not going to show you how to play, but I'll go into how it plays, what an overview of the rules are. So in this game, one person is going to play as a Sawyer Family, and the rest is going to play as trespassers. Now, depending on how many trespassers there are, the Sawyer Family has two sides of their board. And if you have more than if you have four players, everybody's going to switch to the brutal side on the Sawyer Family. If you have less than that, I believe it's only one. So in this game, there's going to be 5 different scenarios, and they each have a different goal, different way to play. So I'll just go, like, the first scenario is you have 3 cars outside, and you have to find, there's orange, green, blue. And you have to search the house for the keys and the gasoline for each car in order to start it and escape. And now, obviously, the goal of the Sawyer Family is to eliminate all the players. So you're going to start off, the Sawyer Family is going to start off with the old man. And he's gonna have, I believe it's 5 actions if it's on the brutal side. The other side, I believe it's just 4 actions. And he's gonna have different abilities. Obviously, attack. He has another one that generates fear, which I will go over in a bit. And I forgot there was another one too. But what you're trying to do as a Sawyer Family is you're trying to get as much fear as possible to raise the fear gauge, which is this like little chainsaw figure. You're trying to bring that fear meter up so that more family members can come out. Like one family member is Grandpa, which he's just a regular standee that stays in a room. If a trespasser goes in that room, he has a chance to attack them. Again, as it goes up, you are able to draw more cards. But the thing is, the trespasser player gets these desperation cards, which can be a little bit of a boost for them. And again, you'll get the hitchhiker, and then finally, towards the end, Leatherface comes out. So the trespassers are trying to complete the goal. Again, each scenario has a different goal. Like there's one to set the house on fire and then escape. You have to escape through the cars. There's one where you're trying to loot the house, and then another one trying to take pictures, gain evidence. So there's a lot of replayability here, for sure. Now, the trespassers have 4 actions. They can run, which would make noise. You can move, which is move 1 spot. But if you move through a door, you're going to generate noise. If you move up the stairs, you make noise. And finally, you can also swap. You can carry items, carry injured players to other rooms. So again, you're trying to complete the goal again. Whether it be setting the house on fire, looking for a gas tank, looking for keys, taking pictures, whatever. Now, anytime you generate noise, you're going to take these little tokens, and you're going to, at the end of your turn, roll these bone dice. And they're going to have 1 slash is 1, 2 slashes is counts as 2 successes. So depending on how much noise you make, you're going to roll these 2 dice. And if you roll 2 successes, you get rid of 2 noise, and the rest you're going to hand to the Sawyer player, and they're going to generate that into fear. Now, once the trespasser turn is over, then the Sawyer's turn takes over. So of course, they can do the same thing. They can move, they can attack, they can do their special ability. And now the Sawyer player also has these cards that on the top part of the card, it tells you to spend a certain amount of fear tokens. It'll say if a trespasser ends their move in a room with another trespasser, spend 3 fear to generate to go up on the fear meter, or spend 3 fear to like injure them. There's several things on those cards. On the bottom in the red bar, it's going to say something like, oh, you can play this card as a free move action, or play this card as a free attack action. So you want to utilize those cards as much as possible. But if you spend 2 fear tokens, you can draw another card. Again, the Sawyer family starts off with drawing only 1 card, and then as the fear meter goes up, they can draw up to 2. But also, if you spend those tokens, you can get more cards. Now, like I said before, the Sawyer family only starts with Grandpa, the old man, and you really want to try to bring that fear meter up as quick as possible, because again, you're technically outnumbered by the trespassers, and they can attack you. So the trespassers could go around looking for different items. They can find an item that can attack a Sawyer family. Now, when a Sawyer family gets attacked, they are going to lose a certain amount of points that they can use to action points. Like I said, the old man starts with 4, and if you get attacked, you could lose 1, and sometimes another trespasser can attack you, and then you lose another action point. So that's why, as a Sawyer family, you want to try and get more people out, and utilize those cards as much as possible. Now, when you attack a trespasser, you're gonna take it from depending on how many times you hit them, you're gonna draw the injury cards, and there's 4 types of injuries. There's a head injury, there's a foot injury, a hand injury, and a heart injury. They each are detrimental to the trespasser player. Like a hand injury will say something like, oh, the trespasser, you cannot hold more than 2 items with this injury. Certain things like that. Again, they all differentiate. And now, when the trespasser has 1 of each injury, they are eliminated from the game. Another trespasser can go over and take the items from their body, but remember, you only can hold no more than 4 items, unless there's special items out there that each trespasser can start with, like a backpack, which allows it to hold more stuff. But yeah, but there is player elimination. So once that player is eliminated, that's it. They can still talk and come up with a strategy with the other trespasser players, but their character is no longer is out of the game. So again, like, the Sawyer family is outnumbered at first, but once those characters start coming out, the game starts getting a little more tense. And as trespassers, you're like, maybe we gotta band together and start doing things a lot faster, because you don't want Leatherface to come out. Because if Leatherface comes out, he's gonna do a crap ton of damage, and he's got a lot of actions. So, like, the thing with Leatherface is he rolls 3 die, and he could draw 3 injury cards, and you can get all those every single one of those injuries. So you can get killed pretty quick. The thing with the old man is he can't eliminate a player. He can give you 3 injuries, but he can't give you the 4th injury card. So you have to get those other Sawyer families out there to finish a player off. Again, it's very hard with the Grandpa character, because again, he can't move. He has no action points. He's just there. So you have to pretty much carry him around and put him in a different room that the trespassers will go through, and hopefully he will attack them. Now, the Sawyer family also starts the game with 4 random horror tiles, and you could place these in any room that you want, and they could be a passive ability, or it could be a one-shot thing. So if a trespasser goes in a room that has a horror tile there, they have to end their turn and flip it over, and it could be something like, oh, now if you flip this over, the fear meter is going to go up, or it'll say another thing like, excuse me, I forgot what it said. It was like, if you flip this over, draw an injury card, stuff like that. So they differentiate, and with certain abilities, they can come out. More can come out. Now, the trespassers have these desperation cards, which can allow them to jump out the windows of the house, because there are windows on the board. The trespassers can't jump out of them right away unless they have these desperation cards. But when you have, like, the hitchhiker, he uses this ability called creep, where he can go through the window, any window of the house, except obviously the 2nd floor. So there is that creepy, tense. You get that creepy, tense feeling when you're playing. But yeah, so the game is gonna end when either all players are eliminated or the trespassers complete their objective. So that's pretty much. I'm like, again, I didn't like to go over everything. Just a brief overview. I mean, I think that was brief. But yeah. So let's go into what I think about this. Now, let's start with the dislikes. So there is a lot of randomness in this game. You know, obviously you're rolling dice. You know, the cards that come out. So the Sawyer Family cards. You know, they'll say things like, if a player, again, I might be making it, but they'll say like, oh, if a player completes this objective, you can play this card. Or if the player ends ends hidden, or if they're in the room with another player or another Sawyer, certain things, play this card. You know, you're kind of relying on that stuff to happen. And again, you might not have that card in hand. And you know, the trespasser players might not do those certain things. So it kind of relies on what the trespasser does and what cards you have in hand. And those cards are crucial to bringing that fear meter up, and that's what you want. You want to try to bring that meter up as quick as possible, because you're not going to win the game with just that one character out. You need to have the hitchhiker out. You need Leatherface out. And Leatherface is a character you're not going to see often. To be honest with you, I don't even know how. I think maybe he came out in one game. And, you know, when he came out, it was, you know, it was tense. People were, like, freaking out. You know, I do like that. But Leatherface is not going to come out often. Again, unless you're an experienced Sawyer player. It is more difficult playing as a Sawyer family. I will say that. But, yeah, so there is that randomness to it. You know, obviously the rolling of the die. You know, you might have a horrible roll. And these are like, they call them bone die. So if you roll bad, you're gonna roll bad every single time, and that happened a lot in my gameplays. Trying to see what else. Another thing I dislike. Again, this is a fairly cheap game, so you're gonna have the cardboard characters and stuff. Only the Sawyer family has miniatures. It's just 3 miniatures. Grandpa characters are cardboard, and all the other trespassers are cardboard. You know, it's okay. But other than that, you know, the art is pretty good. The quality of the boards are really well done as well. The artwork is great. But again, you have those cardboard minis. It would be nice if they were acrylic. I understand price wise. Again, you can get this game for $30 a cheap. So I understand why they did it. Another thing I dislike. So in the movie there was a basement. I was a little surprised that they didn't add it in this game. Again, there might be an expansion in the future. I would like to see an expansion for this game. I'd like to see that basement added in. But I did feel like, you know, the map was big enough. But I'm just talking thematically as a fan of the movie. You know, the basement was a big part of that movie. That's where all the crazy crap happened. But yeah, again, my biggest concern was all the luck base and the fact that the Sawyer family is a little bit outnumbered at first. Again, because if those trespassers get weapons, they'll go and attack the Sawyer family, and he's got no actions. So it's, again, the Sawyer family has to be experienced. It is a harder character to play, and the fact you don't start with everybody. But I did kind of feel the game was well balanced, though, in a way. So now I'm going into my likes. So the game did feel a little bit balanced because, you know, you have the different scenarios. My first game that I played, I only eliminated one player. The other one escaped. But we only played with 3, so it was me and 2 other players. My second game I played, it was 4. It was 5 of us. So it was me. I was a trespasser with 3 other people, and of course there was a Sawyer family. But I never felt that we were in that game. That was a game where we had to set the house on fire. For some reason, I felt that we were, you know, I never felt like we were behind. Yeah, we got hit a bunch of times, but you know, it never felt like, you know, we were gonna lose, and we all ended up escaping in that game. And the person who was a Sawyer player was saying that, yeah, I just never had an opportunity to use his cars and drive the meter up. So that's where that that luck came in, and again, maybe it'll be different in a different game. Maybe as you play more, you get more experience, and again, the other scenarios add to the replayability. So every game is gonna be different. So, but one thing I did like, the theme is on point. Thematically, this game is great. If you are a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan, you're gonna want this game. I'm glad that this game is in my collection. As a fan of the movie, it's a game that I like to take out during the Halloween season. Other than that, I mean, I might take it out other times. But the rules are actually really simple. The rules are very well done. It's not complicated. There's not too many rules. Again, they give you a great player aid. On the rulebook, there's a great FAQ on the back that answers all your questions. So I never really had trouble understanding the rules. The game does play quick. You can play it in about an hour. With 4 players, you can do this game in about an hour, maybe less. But I will say though, despite all those little randomness, I had a lot of fun playing this game. I'm not gonna give it an A. It's there could be maybe some tweaks. Maybe it'll go up with more games I playing with different scenarios. But for now, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. It is a solid game. Again, if you're a horror fan, if you're a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan, you're gonna like this game a lot. This is not a hidden movement game by all means. Everybody knows where everyone is, but it is a great one versus many, a good one versus many that I will enjoy bringing to the table during the Halloween season. Again, I'm always willing to play this. The randomness, it doesn't really bother me because I still think it's a game. It's a game that once you get better at it, I think you can, again, as a Sawyer player, things will be different. Again, and then once Leatherface comes out, it's a totally different game. But again, it's not easy to bring him out. It's because he's, you have to bring that all the way up. And by the time he comes out, most of these trespassers will have the objectives already. Now, not everyone can win. Again, maybe 1 or 2 can escape, and then you can eliminate the other 2. So it's really, once the objectives are done, as a trespasser, you're on your own. If you want to help other people, other trespassers, you can. Or you can just, save yourself and get out of there. So I did like that aspect as well. But yeah, no, it is a game I definitely will recommend. A 7.5 out of 10, a solid entry into this series. Funko, if you're listening, please add a little expansion to this. Add that basement map. Would love to see that. Maybe a few more scenarios. But as it is, this is a good one versus many game. Great game for Halloween. 7.5 out of 10. Definitely recommend it. That's going to do it for today, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And I didn't go over all the rules. So if you have any question about the rules or parts of the game, feel free to ask. I'm always there to answer your questions. Please like and subscribe. I would like to get this channel going, build it up a little bit more. But also just want to say I'm trying to get hopefully get more Halloween stuff out for this season. I have a few horror games that I would like to review. I want to do a review of Final Girl, but I was glad to get this out. I actually got this game for pretty cheap on Amazon, but again, it's about $30. Again, you could probably find it for cheaper. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today, guys. So if I don't see you, see you guys by Halloween, I hope you have a great Halloween season. And yeah, buy this game, play it, check it out. Have a great one, guys.